Nick Willis is next, the Olympic silver medalist at the 1500 meters in Beijing in 2008. And you're on a hot streak right now, winning your last 7 races, including the BAA mile in Boston last month, as well as the Drake Relays mile in Des Moines. You're a former Michigan Wolverine, and you currently hold the top times in the world for this year's 1500 meters in the mile. Welcome.
Thank you.
How does the Medtronic TC 1 mile fit into your plans for this season?
My wife is having a baby in 7 weeks, so I'm just trying to squeeze as many races in as possible before I take a 2-month break from racing. Trying to make some extra money to buy the cribs and the strollers and all that expensive stuff.
Congratulations, by the way. Tell us a little bit about developing as a runner in New Zealand. How big a role does the running history of that country play for runners of your generation?
As a whole, running's not popular at all in New Zealand, but because we have the great champions of yesteryear, for those of us who find that we do have a little bit of God-given talent, it makes it worthwhile going against the wind or the tide to not do the cool sport, but to actually persevere. So those of us who actually do manage to do it, I mean, I went to a high school of 2,000 people, but we only had 3 of us who ran track, so it wasn't cool at all, but because we had those other idols to follow, and once we got through that tough time, then we really believed we could make it the whole way.
You mentioned you're going to have a child. After the 2-week window, when you have as many races under your belt as you can before your baby's born, what do you envision, what do you think, will anything change with how you prepare, or how you're going to train, or what you're going to do?
Yeah, I'm terrified for not being able to get any sleep. I'm a big complainer, as my wife would attest to. So it's going to be really tough. Maybe my career will end at the end of June, but we'll see.
No,
it won't. But,
it won't.
It'll be a huge life change, but that's the priority of my life from that point on, and hopefully I can still make some money and pay the bills.
Well, and thankfully there's a few like you out there, so maybe you can form a dad's network. The other
my
races.
massage therapist actually has 2 twins, so we're going to do daddy dates all the time.
There you go. How are you going to define success for yourself tonight?
I really want to try and keep the winning streak going if possible, but I got some pretty good fellas right here to race against. I know Will was pushing me pretty hard in training the last 2 weeks, so it's going to be a tough go. And they put a nice cherry on the top with a $10,000 bonus for the record, so we're definitely going to hopefully give that a crack if the pace is fast enough.
I brought the checkbook.